things there, Brian. A lot of race cars and me here at the Salem Speedway, but so glad to be back. For the first time since 2020, the USAC Silver Crown Series takes on the high banks of Salem Speedway. No doubt about it, one of the world's trickiest racetracks. It takes grit and bravery to not only be good, but to win here at this great race place. We're excited to show you here tonight what this place is all about. Without further ado, let's take a look at your current USAC Silver Crown points standings headed into tonight's round here at Salem Speedway. Justin Grant leads the points with 585. CJ Leary only 68 points behind in second. Matt Westfall third. Kyle Steffens fourth. And Cody Swanson currently rounding out your top five. Dakota Armstrong, Dave Burkheimer, Mario Klauser, Bobby Santos, and Logan Seavey rounding out your top 10. Over to our Dirt Track Drive driver matchup on the evening. It's going to be Kyle Steffens against Dakota Armstrong. Steffens on the left-hand side of your screen. You can find a post-race when you play in the public lobby at USAC Driver 1. He has chosen Cody Swanson, Justin Grant, Billy Weiss, Jake Trainer, and Derek Bishak. And as I said, his opposition, Dakota Armstrong, to the right-hand side of the screen. He has been unbeatable this year when it comes to the Dirt Track driver matchup. He's at USAC Driver 2. He has chosen Cody Swanson, himself, Tyler Rohrig, Derek Bishak, and Dave Burkheimer. Remember to lock in that lineup before tonight's 100-lap feature event with the USAC Silver Crown Series. Well, a lot has changed for your points leader, Justin Grant, in the matter of weeks. Of course, if you go back to Nossinger to Drink Indiana Spring Week presented by Honest Abe Roofing, involved in that scary crash on the front stretch at Lawrenceburg Speedway, actually broke his left foot. So what he did the next day at Kokomo Speedway, he tried to race, ultimately decided it was going to be a better idea just to wait out the rest of Indiana Spring Week and heal up. Well, as you can see me, his car is behind me. Justin is here as well. And guess what? His practice speeds are awfully good. But you may be asking, hey, how is Justin making this happen? Well, him and Dennis Lakava, of course, Dennis, a very accomplished crew chief in a variety of things, especially with Silver Crown. He and Justin Grant have come up with a boot for his left foot, basically to take that pressure, that strain off the left foot of Justin's body too. So I was talking to Justin just before we came on the air. He said, look, I feel good. This really takes a lot of pain and stress off my left foot here. So it's going to be interesting to see how Justin Grant fares. And as you heard me say earlier, he is your current USAC Silver Crown Series points leader. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this fares out for him tonight. Also wanted to make one more note before we go into qualifying with the USAC Silver Crown Series. Tyler Rohrig, of course, one of the pavement favorites wherever we go with the USAC Silver Crown Series. Unfortunately, he is a scratch. The team told me it's mechanical issues on that race car that have forced him out of the running. Of course, he was your winner back in the month of May at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park during the Hoosier 100. Let's get into a run of show for the USAC Silver Crown Series. As usual, it's a pretty simple schedule when we just look at the USAC side of things. You heard that horn sign off just a few moments ago while we came on the air with FloRacing. That is the 8-minute horn for Honest Abe Roofing. Qualifying 2 laps for each driver out there, and how they qualify is how they'll start for 100 laps here at the Salem Speedway. As I said, Honest Abe Roofing coming up, or Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, rather, coming up here from Salem. Of course, the high banks here in southern Indiana. It's going to be fun here, no question about that. So many great things to look forward to with the USAC Silver Crown Series.
Thank you very much. Crews making final preparations before we go into Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Of course, qualifying order will be the inverse of practice times, meaning your quickest driver in practice will be the final driver out to qualify. And that is Cody Swanson, who was just a couple of thousandths off of his own track record, a 15.923, 125.479 miles per hour, is one-lap track record established by the Kingsburg, California racer back in August of 2017. In practice, he turned a 15.931. Of course, I mentioned earlier, not only do we have the USAC Silver Crown Champ Car Series here, we also have the Kenyon Midgets. They will actually have a pair of features here this evening. Pavement Legend cars, the Scrappers, which is a front-wheel drive division. Had a few of those down on the infield track. Silver Crown will be the only cars taking on the 33-degree banked half-mile oval. Of course, 100 laps the distance. The last time a USAC event here was 100 laps was 57 years ago in sprint car competition. Raleigh Beal going to victory lane that evening. Of course, tonight's racing action, not the only time we're going to see Silver Crown cars on track here during the month of August. Of course, next week we head up to the first of two dirt mile ovals. That takes us into the state of Illinois as we'll head up to the Bentonhausen 100 1 week from today. And then it's sprint cars back on track. That'll be on August 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship, taking on the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts Sprint Car Smackdown, the $30,000 to win affair, going down at Kokomo Speedway. USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship, Bloomington Speedway. This is a rescheduled event that was originally set to run during Indiana Midweek. Unfortunately, Mother Nature intervening in that one. So the Bloomington Speedway going to come back to life with the USAC competition on Friday, August 29th. Dirt Mile Take 2, the Ted Horn 100, DeCoin. That'll be on Saturday, August 30th. And then Angel Park Speedway for the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship. $10,000 win to the Firemen's Nationals. That'll be up at Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Into the month of September, the long-awaited return to two ovals. We have Granite City in Illinois. That'll be on Friday, September 5th. And then the Rada Supply Diamond Dirt Duel. Long time coming. Going back to Lucas Oil Speedway, the Diamond and Dirt Tracks. That'll be on Saturday, September 6th. And then back in the state of Indiana for Circle City. That'll be on Friday, September 12th. Of course, you can find all these events and more when you go online to usacracing.com. Of course, if you can't be there live, you can see it all on FloRacing. FloRacing is the official live online broadcast provider of the United States Auto Club since 2019. It's always a big question on social media. Is it live on Flo? The answer, yes. Of course, FloRacing, just I'd say not a small part. It's a big part of the Flow Sports Network. In fact, it's probably one of the most viewed parts of Flow Sports. But it's not the only thing you can get when you subscribe to Flow Sports. In fact, right now, Drum Corps International, they have their World Championships currently streaming live. You also have Oswego Speedway. You have Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by FloRacing. NASCAR Modifieds at Riverhead. NASCAR Weekly Racing in Berlin, and more. So when you sign up for Flow Sports, FloRacing, all a part of that action. Of course, not only do you get the United States Auto Club, you get the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, Kubota High Limits, and more. Again, subscribe today with Flow Sports. Of course, a few of the drivers that were set to be here this afternoon, unfortunately scratching due to mechanical problems. Tyler Rourke, the most recent example of that. Of course, looking ahead to the Dirt Miles, a massive car count expected when we head up to the Bentonhausen 100 1 week from today. Of course, the Dirt Miles, that harkens back to the glory days of Silver Crown Racing and what this series was about so many years ago when there were so many Dirt Miles to choose from, as now we're down to two. Seeing announcements throughout the week. Gale Drake going to make his Silver Crown debut. You've got Kenny Schrader that's going to be there as well in one of the Leans Acres machines. So look for more information and the complete list of competitors coming out this week at usacracing.com. So just talking about what's coming up here on the USAC schedule, looking even further down the road, you've got Four Crown coming up at Eldora. That's now a three-night affair. Out of Rossburg, Ohio, starts Thursday, September 18th, goes through Saturday, September 20th. You've got the Tony Holman Classic coming up at Terre Haute. You've got the Greg Staub Memorial, the Fall Nationals at Lawrenceburg in October. Dodge City Raceway Park, Route 66 Motorsports Speedway in Amarillo. And then, of course, the sprint car season rounds out down at Central Arizona Raceway, the Western World Championships at Casa Grande, Arizona. And I say it with all seriousness, October and Arizona, that is a fine time to go down and visit the desert. So definitely that is one you want to put on your list. That is the Western World coming back in a big way at Central Arizona down in Casa Grande, Arizona. Honest Abe Roofing qualifying set to get underway. $150 in the pocket of tonight's Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier. America's Reliable Roofer will present the Fast Qualifying Award in all 3 USAC national divisions throughout the 2025 season. Honest Abe provides the fastest service in the roofing industry, and they're supporting the fastest driver in qualifications. Visit honestaberoofing.com today to schedule your free roof inspection. First driver out to the racetrack is all the way from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Driver of the Rich Wines Garage, Shadle Motorsports, Macri Concrete, Mr. Bob's Pest Control, Seth Performance Chevrolet Beast, number 31. This is Dave Burkheimer. Dave Burkheimer in the number 31 at speed here to kick off Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Again, your qualifying order is the inverse of practice. So the drivers who were quickest in practice will be the final ones out to qualify. A 20.541 second lap for Dave Burkheimer on his opening attempt. A 2-time starter here at Salem. He ran 20th in 2020 and 19th in 2029. 60 career Silver Crown starts for the driver out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. With 1 top 10 finish, comes around lap number 2. Going to be a little bit slower, 25.88. A 25.41 for Dave Burkheimer will set the mark here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Next driver out to the Speedway. She was a 500 Sprint Tour winner here 1 year ago at Shelby Township, Michigan. Driver of the Able Construction Company, Bradford Allen. Eddie Gilstrap Motors shift up now. Quick lane of Salem Motorsport Safety Group, Simpson Race Products. Car AQ pay number 55. This is Taylor Ferns. Taylor Ferns in the number 55, making her first attempt in Silver Crown competition here at Salem. 40 career starts, 8 top 5s, and 22 top 10 finishes in her Silver Crown career. The Shelby Township, Michigan racer on the clock here. She makes her way through turns 3 and 4, eases up towards the wall, brings it down to the middle groove of the exit. Turn number 4 comes around. Taylor Ferns going to be quick time at a 16.659, 1:66.59 seconds for Taylor Ferns. Winchester weekend that so far her best attempt this season, a 6 in Silver Crown competition, was runner-up with a 500 Sprint Tour. Just a couple of nights later, comes around lap number 2, slower, 16.752, a 16.659. Taylor Ferns right now is your Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier. Next driver out to the Speedway comes to you out of Pleasant Hill, Ohio. Driver of the Metalloid One Performance Products, Acro Seal, ShopBangReduct.com, Acro Lube, AMC Performance Powder Coating, Heitmeyer Concrete, Stanton Chevrolet Legacy number 54. This is Matt Westfall. Matt Westfall, the number 54, coming around as he will start the clock for his 2 laps of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Picking up a victory earlier this year with the Buckeye Outlaw Sprint Series. That was down in Florence back in the month of May. Another driver making his first Silver Crown attempt here at Salem. Comes around on lap number 1 second quick at a 16.869, 1:68.69 seconds for Matt Westfall. 64 career Silver Crown starts, a dozen top 5s, and 34 top 10 finishes for the driver of the number 54. Makes his way through turns 3 and 4, working on lap number 2. Come around, and he will improve on time, not position, 16.803. Second quick. Taylor Ferns still the quickest so far at a 16.752. Driver coming to us from down the road in St. Charles, Missouri. The Performance Plus Global Logistics, Spartan Transportation, Trainer Chevrolet B, Steffens Motorsports number 8. This is Kyle Steffens. Kyle Steffens in the number 8. It'll be a common theme here for drivers making their first attempt at Salem in Silver Crown competition. Steffens, one of them. A 41-time A-feature starter with the Silver Crown division, has 1 top 5 and a dozen top 10 finishes, over 300 wins across several racing disciplines. Primarily a modified driver up until about this season, focusing more on the Silver Crown side of things. Comes around on his opening lap and will go second quick at a 16.664, 1:6.664 seconds for Kyle Steffens, the 2017 I-55 track champion, making his way off into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Lets her ease up the racetrack onto the throttle here onto the front straightaway. Lap number 2, better in quick time at a 16.624, 1:6.624 seconds. Kyle Steffens to the top of the boards here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Driver to Noblesville, Indiana, making his way out to the Speedway. Driver the Sam Pierce Chevrolet AP Driver Development, Chevrolet Beast, RE Enterprises LSI. Sam Pierce number 26. This is Billy Weiss. Billy Weiss in the number 26. Working on his warm-up lap right now. He'll come around this time to the wave of the green flag, and the clock will start as he'll break the beam here on the front straightaway. Another driver in his first Silver Crown attempt here at Salem. 18 career Silver Crown starts, 1 top 5 and 9 top 10 finishes for the driver out of Noblesville, Indiana, making his way into turns 3 and 4, taking that high groove all the way down to the exit at turn number 4. Takes her off the wall just a little bit, comes around, lap number 1, third quick at a 16.686, 1.6686 seconds for Billy Weiss. A little bit lower line over in turns 1 and 2. We'll see where he rides off into turns 3 and 4. Enters about 3/4 of the way up. Again, lets her creep up to the wall, trying to keep that speed up around to the front straightaway. Third quick on lap number 1. Quick time on lap number 2 is 16.581. 16.581 seconds. Billy Weiss to the top of the boards here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Driver on track right now is out of Angola, Indiana, driving the Steda.com, CGCPAs, Indy Custom Stone, Fortech Marketing, Indy Power Sports, AJ Felker Racing Engine, Beast Chassis, Rice Motorsports, Abacus Race at number 22. This is Derek Bishak. Derek Bishak in the number 22. Comes around to start the clock here. Two-time starter here at Salem in Silver Crown competition. Ran 8th in 2019. Came back with a 5th place finish in 2020. 25 career starts for this driver, 5 top 5s and a dozen top 10 finishes for Bishak as he'll come around on his opening lap. He'll be 4th quick at a 16.739, 1.6739 seconds for the driver of the number 22. Hustles onto the back straightaway as the sun begins to dip down towards the horizon. Those shadows starting to stretch across the racetrack as he'll go around the exit to number 4. Does a great job of keeping it off the wall. Derek Bishak coming to a stop here on the front straightaway again. Did a fantastic job of keeping that thing off of the wall. So as we could feel the collective sigh of relief from the crew, once that car finally came to a stop, we'll get the side-by-side behind the number 22. So one lap of qualifying, 16.739 for the driver of the number 22. That does put him 4th on the grid currently. So they'll get him back around to the entrance to pit road, and we'll get back underway here with Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Everybody's still chasing Billy Weiss at a 16.581. Driver on track right now is out of Newcastle, Indiana. Drove the Mareston Crop Performance, Armstrong Farm, Stanton Chevrolet B, CNA Motorsports number 5. This is Dakota Armstrong. Dakota Armstrong in the number 5. Picking up a win earlier this year with the 500 Sprint Tour. That was up at Anderson Speedway back in the month of April. Another driver making his first Silver Crown appearance here at Salem. Does have an ARCA win here. That was back in 2010. Lap number 1 for him was 6 quick at a 16.807, 1.6807 seconds for the driver of the number 5. We'll see if he improves here on lap number 2. And he does. Quick time at a 16.348, 1.6348 seconds. Dakota Armstrong, now your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier. Getting her wound up off into turns 1 and 2. The Meyer Auto Research, Chevrolet GMS, Sedesta Hotel, Clean Core Solutions, number 40. This is Nathan Bird. Nathan Bird, the number 40. Flying out to the speedway here. He'll come around on his warm-up lap, and he will start the clock. Making a trip to Victory Lane earlier this year at the Indianapolis Raceway Park in midget competition. That was during the month of June. So the driver making his first Silver Crown attempt here at Salem. Sails are up towards the wall over turn number 3. Brings it down onto the front straightaway. We'll see where he lands on lap number 1. He'll be 6 quick at a 16.756, 1.6756 seconds for Nathan Bird. 22 career starts, 2 top 5s, and 13 top 10 finishes for the driver, the number 40. Bird going to work around here on lap number 2, and he will be better. 3rd quick at a 16.595, 1.6595 seconds for Nathan Bird. Couple of close calls earlier during practice for the driver making his way out to the Speedway. One of them involving the number 40 as the car got loose out from underneath him on the bottom side of turns 1 and 2. Thought he was going to slide to the side of the number 40 machine. Came out for a second attempt at practice, and the car just really dancing all over the racetrack for him. We'll see if he finds some speed here. Jake Trainer out of Medway, Massachusetts, driving the Client Enterprises, Willwood, Brandon Miller Racing Solutions, Penske Shocks, Hoosier Tire, Klotz Lubricants, number 6. Going to victory lane earlier this year at the Little 500, the now two-time winner of that event. Has 5 career Silver Crown starts, 1 top 5, and a single top 10 finish. That was during the Hoosier 100 earlier this year. The driver, the number 6, coming around 7th quick on his opening lap at a 16.745. 1:16.745 seconds for Jake Trainer. The former NEMA Light champion going to make his way around here on lap number 2. Does he improve? He does not. 16.887. Better on lap number 1, 16.745. 7th quick for Jake Trainer. Most recent winner in Silver Crown competition out to the Speedway at Greenfield, Indiana. Driver the Avante Windows and Doors, Apache Transport, Center for Intuitive Education, Curb Records, Kodiak Products, Sander Engineering, Beaver Stripes, Team Arizona, Petty Performance, Rossi Racing, DRC number 21. This is CJ Leary. CJ Leary in the number 21. Pair of wins on the season, including a victory at the Indianapolis Raceway Park back on July 23rd. His most recent win during Indiana Sprint Week up at Circle City on the 30th. Takes it onto the back straightaway here on his warm-up lap. 82 career starts for C.J. Leary, 4 wins, 31 top 5s, and 50 top 10 finishes for the driver number 21. Comes around quick time on his opening lap at a 16.270. 1:16.270 seconds for C.J. Leary on lap number 1. He'll try to keep that pace going to pick it up here on lap number 2. Makes his way off into turns 3 and 4. Does he improve? Second time by. Leary comes around, and he will break the beam a little bit slower. 16.326. Lap number 1, 16.270, puts C.J. Leary to the top of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Driver who was 3rd quick during Dirt Draft Hot Laps earlier is out of Ione, California, is next on to the Speedway. Driver the NOS Energy Drink, Super Fitness, Hemmelgarn Enterprises, Nick Mohan and Versalift Reynolds, Speedway Ford Beast, Hemmelgarn Enterprises, number 91. This is Justin Grant. Justin Grant in the number 91. A dozen USAC wins on the season, most recently at the dirt track of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as we kicked off Indiana Sprint Week. 5-time starter here in Silver Crown competition. His best run of 4th back in 2020. Grant coming around in his opening lap, 3rd quick at a 16.448. 1:16.448 seconds for Justin Grant. A 5th, a 7th, a 6th, and another 6th place finish among his results here at Salem. The 91 going to sail around here on lap number 2. 3rd quick on his opening lap. Lap number 2 will be slower. 16.547, a 16.448 for Justin Grant on lap number 1, 3rd quick. Only a couple more drivers set to qualify. Next out to the Speedway is out of Auburn, Illinois. Driver the Ribbon Cartabag, EnviroFab, RMS, Clouser Auto Repair, High Performance Lubricants, Head Pink Toyota Beast. Casmark Motorsports number 92. This is Mario Clouser. Mario Clouser in the number 92. Another driver making his first Silver Crown attempt here at the Salem Speedway. He'll come around and he will start the clock here. A 29-time starter, 4 top 5s and 20 top 10 finishes for the 2007 Upper Midwest Auto Racing Association champion. Working lap number 1 through turns 3 and 4. He was 2nd quick in Dirt Draft Hot Laps earlier. Comes around 4th quick on his opening lap here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, a 16.565. 16.565 for Mario Clouser here on lap number 1. The Casmark Motorsports number 92 working around here lap number 2. And better quick time at a 16.187. 1:16.187 seconds. Mario Clouser to the top here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. So the time to beat for Cody Swanson is his own track record of 15.923 second lap established August 12th of 2017. The driver he's got to beat here right now is Mario Clouser at a 16.187. But here we go at Kingsburg, California. Driver the Mission Foods, Wilkie Orthodontist, Glenn Farms, Doran Binks Racing, Lancey Ford Beast number 77. Cody Swanson on track. 5 starts, 5 wins, and 5 pole positions for the driver of the number 77. Add to that an ARCA CRA late model win in 2021 where he won from the 5th starting spot. CJ Leary coming around lap number 1. Quick time at a 15:8.09, and that is a new track record. Cody Swanson on his opening lap shatters the previous track record with a 15:8.09. Previously, it was a 15:9.23. Does he improve on lap number 2? Does not. 15:8.50, but lap number 1, Cody Swanson, your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier, and sets another one-lap track record in the Mission Foods number 77. 15:8.09 for Cody Swanson. 6 pole positions in a row for the driver of the number 77 here at Salem. So Cody Swanson, quickest in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, a 15:8.09. Mario Klauser, second quick at a 16:187. CJ Leary, 16:270. Dakota Armstrong, a 16:348. And Justin Grant, a 16:448 second lap. Your 5 quickest qualifiers. So for the 58th time in his career, he is your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier. Looking back through results for this season, Swanson started off things at Toledo as your quick qualifier. He was also a quick qualifier at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Winchester now for the 4th time this season to the top of the boards. So he'll make his way out to the front straightaway. Race fans, give him a hand here. Cody Swanson, your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier, down to Christy Bemis.
Well, he's got 5 consecutive wins with this USAC Silver Crown Series here at Salem Speedway. 6 consecutive now pole positions here with the USAC Silver Crown Series at Salem Speedway. And Cody, new track record, all 6 of those, all fast times. But what was different about the racetrack today?
I mean, shoot, it's a pleasure to be back here at Salem. This is a historic racetrack, right? And it makes you hold your breath, and maybe you lose it a little. And Nick Bohannon took it over a few years ago and has done a lot to improve the place. And I think we got a little more speed here. They repaved both straightaways and a lot of the patches through 1 and 2 that really helped. I feel like helped our open wheel cars a lot. So I'm grateful to be driving this Doran Banks Racing number 77. Right, it's a great car, and thankful for the sport of Mission Foods and everyone that's a part of it that puts a great race car on the racetrack. So I'm glad to be able to get quick time, and a new track record makes it special too.
100 laps from the pole should definitely be a lot easier today, as it's about as hot as it's been all summer today for Salem Speedway. But 100 laps, the banking, the racetrack, the asphalt, all of it. What's the plan?
I mean, this place is a challenge every lap. So we've never done 100 here, right? We've done 75 when the Silver Crown Series came before, and even in 1988, when Bob Fry did it, it was only 50 laps. So I think we were teasing in line. It's been since 1968 since USAC ran a 100-lapper here, and Richie will know for sure if I'm right or not. But I think it was his story I saw. So I don't know exactly what it'll hold. I know 100 laps Winchester's tough, but this place just seems to be a little bit tougher, right? It's both ends are a little more different than Winchester is, and a little more unique, and so it's hard to kind of manage that. And this place makes you hang on to your hat, right? So you're gonna have to hold on for a whole 100, and there's a bunch of great cars here tonight too. So you're racing the racetrack, you're racing great competitors, and it means a lot if it all works out and you win one.
Well, he talks about being able to hold on for 100 laps at Salem Speedway, but I've got a feeling that Cody Swanson's going to do a lot more than just hold on to it. He's going to roll from the pole for tonight's event here at Salem Speedway with the USAC Silver Crown Series. He's got 5 consecutive wins already in feature competition dating back to 2020. We'll see if he can add a 6th consecutive here tonight.
Let me tell you, he is making Richie smile big up here because he actually did his homework. He is correct. So it was on the test, and he aced it. So I have just a couple of minutes here before we go into opening ceremonies. That gives you some time to go down and get yourself something to eat and something to drink. As always, we ask if you are enjoying an adult beverage here this afternoon, please do so responsibly. Make sure you have somebody to get you home. While law enforcement can be fun to talk to, it's better when it's on your terms and not when they are writing you a ticket and throwing you in the back and taking you to jail. So again, do not make that mistake. Drink responsibly and have a designated driver. So as we wait for opening ceremonies here, we're going to take a quick break on the FloRacing broadcast. We'll be back to Salem.
Is the season.